Hello to all my friends out there. And so this video is kind of like continued from the video. If someone comes along, you give them your half packages of food. And so you might have been thinking, wow, that's, kind of stingy. Well, I think the night before I made beans, and 2.5 cups beans is quite a bit of food. So we're having some soup and sandwiches. So I will heat this little bowl of beans with some water, so it's like soup. So we can have some bean soup, bean and bacon soup, if you want to see how I made it. Okay, if you remember, the lady, she ran out of bread, fruit, and vegetables. So in any emergency, you're apt to run out of bread, fruit, and vegetables, which is very miserable. And you'll notice in the box there was macaroni, there was crackers, there was, various bread type foods. You want to save those. So, okay, that 2 nights ago I made bread, so I will make some open-faced sandwiches with ham. I buy this ham, I think I bought it at 99 cents only. I think it was 99 cents. And I just happen to have some good cheese, so I'll just, heat my bread. Homemade bread is good to have in the freezer. Homemade bread and soup is good. So is cornbread. But, if you have a little cheese and a little meat and you have some homemade bread and you have some beans, and then I had some crackers, I save everything. And I have, like I said, if you live in Southern California, hummus is the thing we like to eat. Okay, and then I mentioned one important thing that I'll be stockpiling is beef sticks or beef jerky. Let me see if I can find this one thing. Ah, here it is. Okay, I find this to be good, and you can use it instead of bacon bits. I think it's cheaper and it's tastier. And then I'll be stockpiling all kinds of beef jerky, because remember the story, you can learn everything the hard way all by yourself, or you can learn from others. Okay, so remember my relative coming from Missouri to, he was a child. He was a smart child too. I think he was one of the first ones that ever went to college. Anyway, he was coming across the plains and nearly starving, and he ate some of the provisions that were meat. He was a child, and he was pushing from the rear of the push cart from Missouri to Utah. And then I'll be stockpiling all kinds of nuts. Okay, it's important to stockpile nuts you like, and you'll notice in my box I had some nuts. And I'm going to tell you the truth, what I do. This is what I really do. I eat all the nuts I like out, and then I leave the, usually it's the peanuts. And then eventually I eat them, And then I'll have a little tea. Tea is cheap. You want to stockpile that. And then, if you remember, I had half packages of cookies. What I do is I eat out of those little boxes until everything is gone. This is a few cookies. I have some pieces of candy. Eventually, I will eat them. And I bought these these are good. I bought these at 99 cents only. So this is the video continued, how your scraps and half-eaten packages of food can really, and leftovers, stretch your budget. Another thing is, you want to teach your kids, if you have kids, how to survive, God forbid, if hard times strike. Fruit, canned, vegetables, and bread. It could be crackers, it could be bread. You don't want to be stuck without bread. You can eat bread and meat. If you had this, bread and meat, or no bread and meat, you can survive, and that's heavy, hard work too. That wasn't a joke. Okay, and you know, none of us knows what the future holds. None of us knows if at some point we may actually have to survive for our lives. So, you know, just once it's in the back of your mind, and stockpile food, you know. I'm going to start out pretty soon with like 50 pounds potatoes, 50 pounds beans, 50 pounds rice, 50 pounds flour, 10 pounds sugar, salt, large containers of oil. I don't like the idea of gallons and gallons. I don't want contaminated oil. Okay, I will see you guys later.